Hey there guys, how we doing? I'm Yalik. Haven't really had a lot of time to sit and make videos recently. Most of my videos have been, you know, like replays of op hits and stuff. But I actually have some time today, which feels a little weird. And it's Monday. I'm kind of clearing the map because I'm bored. There's nothing to attack right now. And just happened to come across this base, which I figured I would share. So, great rewards too. This must have been one that I got after the last crab. So this guy's been here for a couple of weeks, which is fine. I mean, look at that. That's the rewards over there up in the left-hand corner are spectacular. Always good to keep some of these guys around. After a crab finishes, you go around, you scout your map, you press find new until you get people with great rewards like this. And anyway, so this guy has a Microwav'r, and it's not a good Microwav'r, and it's not a good base design. Neither of the shock launchers ranges the headquarters, which means we don't actually have to shock anything once my guys get to the headquarters. This Microwav'r, ideally if you're going to have a Microwav'r, you should put it right near the headquarters. I mean, either side of the headquarters or right in front. Or I have to stop and stay there. If you put it here on the path to the headquarters, I have to cross over that path, but I don't have to stop and stay there. So all I really need to do is take note of where the Microwav'r starts and ends, and in this case, it looks like we definitely couldn't gather up and park safely on this shock launcher, because it looks like the back edge of that shock launcher would be zapped by the Microwav'r. But for example, this flamethrower is nice and safe. Microwav'r doesn't come anywhere near it. That's in case I choose to stop and gather somewhere, which is sometimes a strategy that I use. In this case, we're not going to. I'm just going to run right by it. So just handy to note that as troops are approaching the flamethrower, we throw a shock on the Microwav'r and just run right through the area of effect. In order to do that, looking at the way this guy, probably the one good thing about this base as far as warriors are concerned is that it's super cluttered. And I should note, we could just go around this Microwav'r by going this direction, say like straight line up to this boom cannon and then over to the headquarters. More the principle of the thing, that's why we're going to do this the quote-unquote hard way. But if we're going to choose this path where the Microwav'r is, you will notice that this guy has put a bunch of bulky buildings alongside that path. And in order to make the path a little easier for my warriors, what we're going to do is ground flare. So I'll probably gather up somewhere on the beach down here, and then I think I'm just going to ground flare like up here above this rocket launcher perhaps, and that should keep the warriors running in a nice skinny line. Whereas if I used a building flare in this instance, you might see the warriors starting to take weird paths to run around the outsides of these buildings. I don't think they'd run around the outside of this iron mine, but they could end up going the wrong way around that radar and so on. So to avoid some of those problems, going to use the ground flare. Having your base be messy and disordered is probably not the best defense you could have, but it is at least something for him here, I will say that. And it would be a problem if not accounted for, or could be a problem if not accounted for, but we're going to avoid that by accounting for it. So let's see, looks like I don't have a troop health on this account, so I think I'm going to pop these 2 more mines, leaving that storage iron, whichever, it doesn't matter, wood, there's wood poking out of it. We're going to leave that because that's our gathering point. So bullet, everybody else, and just make sure bullet doesn't start shooting our little anchor there. So, and then hopefully everybody pulls together, going right past the iron mine there. which is what we're looking for. When the warriors get to the flare, we can go ahead and redirect them to the headquarters on this. And there you go, that's that. That is how to handle a Microwav'r on your path. Nothing else can really reach us back here. The critters will distract stuff. The headquarters dies quickly. Then I thought there was ice on this. Yeah, there was. Celebratory GBE, and that's that. So controlling your pathing, very important. Planning your path, very important. And just having a good sense, like in that case, for example, if I were stopping somewhere, as I said, I'll gather up sometimes before crossing the Microwav'r's area of effect. Just knowing where that is safe to do and where it's not, knowing where the Microwav'r's range ends and not. All really factors of good scouting in advance, which I do recommend, because then you... There was a guy on Discord talking about how warrior users... well, how tank users never have to worry about troop losses, and so they can keep going on their map, and I'm like, hello? If you're losing that many troops every single attack with warriors that you can't continue on your map, you're doing something wrong. In this case, we didn't lose any, but if you lose 1 or 2 or 5, you can just keep going and clear your map quickly and easily and not have to use tanks, which generally I try to avoid. Anyway, and if you're going to have a Microwav'r, put it somewhere near your headquarters. They're fine, I don't have a problem with them, just put it near the headquarters because I have to stop there. Don't put it on the beach, I can shock it and run by it. Don't put it anywhere along my path. I understand the thinking, but the path to the headquarters, I'm still going to shock it and run by it. Especially if you have a bad base layout like that where I don't have to worry about any other shocks. So it's not like shocks are going to become GBE intensive and I won't have enough to take it down. But in general, just better put the... Wow, my phone is going off like nuts. I'll wrap up in a second, but in general, if you have a Microwav'r, put it near your headquarters because that's where I have to stand and stay, because that's the thing I need to kill in order to beat your base with warriors. And obviously you're not putting on a Microwav'r to stop tanks, it's there to stop things like warriors. So I'm probably shouldn't be telling people this because it's not in my own best interest, but put the damn thing next to your headquarters. Anyway, I'm Yalek. That was Coffee and Warriors with Yalek in the morning. I'll catch you guys later. Take care.